Never been in a castle before, let alone an estate this grand. It's massive. You don't seem too moved or excited by it. Oh, so you worked with a rich landlord before? I see. Well, you'll have to share some tips on how to make them happy, especially with all these horses and birds to look after. Divide and conquer seems to be our best option at this point. Maker above, I'd never seen so many. Ah, this must be where the servants' quarters are. And these must be our bedrooms. You take the first pick, friend. Nice choice of view of the sea. Well, that leaves me seeing the garden. Don't get me wrong, it's lovely, even if it's simple. Anyways, big day tomorrow. Good night.
What? Oh. I never thought that things would get tight and crowded in there during sunset and dusk. Ugh. Such limited space. Hey, Lincoln, where's Gigi? Wait, hold on. Oh dear. Hang on, little guy. I'll get you out of this helmet.
Finally. Fresh air. Free from them.
Believe it or not, shadows of square areas stretch limitations due to the positions of the light. Oh. Ooh, ow. Now, Leslie Buck, do you mind soundproofing the whole room? Thanks. Alright, so here's the plan. For the search and rescue mission, while Edwin and the lad here work... You have to. So that there is no suspicion, that's all. And if we get caught... Anyways, tomorrow, the lassie, Gigi, and I will search around for the library. Hopefully we'll find the princess along the way.
And the two stewards Master Lupin described to the young mistress.
Don't worry, I won't forget about them neither.
Whoa, jeez, lad, what tapeworm is eating ya? Well, she was kind of fulfilling her job requirements of gathering information we need for this mission, lad. Not to mention the attention to detail needed for the reports and...
Huh. Usually that lad wouldn't give a tinker's curse about anything involving the stewards. Or should I say... Wait. No. Not really. The only time he really seemed to care for her was after when the lassie was turned into stone. After all, he was ordered to protect us. Well, more likely, protecting those around. According to the council. Suppose I don't count as worth protecting.
So, what did Lamar tell you, lassie? So he doesn't know what happened to Luca or Kyle? Or what they were turned into? Well... if the essence was strong enough to reform someone's voice box, I'm sure that Andres the Condemned placed something that wouldn't allow them to speak the king's language. And we certainly can't speak bird and horse.
I could assist with that. I can't make them talk, mistress, but I can feel, sense, and read them by natural ways of communication. Instinct. I'll stay discreet and hidden while I look so that the farmer boy Edwin doesn't see me.
During that time, lassie, you and I will be wandering through the evidence while searching for the princess, finding condemning evidence against Andres the Condemned and his sister. See what I did there? Anything would be crucial, like some form of an evidence, documents, a burning book or two. By tomorrow evening, make her willingly, we will find that along with the princess and the 2 spies. Ah, laddie. Nice of you to get changed and clean. Now that you're here, here's a review of the plan. Lamar mentioned that singing happened right before midday. Once we hear that song entering into our heads, we drop what we do, find that voice, rescue Princess Enez, find the library, gather the evidence that we need, and get the void out of this place. Right. And don't get caught in any of the possible traps. Pretty sure there's a trigger spell that would let the siblings know when one of us sets it off. That will be a challenge indeed. Now, let's get some sleep, everyone. We have a long day ahead of us with unborrowed time. Alright, let's see. Okay, no. Nah, got it. Alright. Yes! 2 sleeping mats with blankets. Thank you, Lord Rogers. Here, think fast, lad. Whoever sleeps on the bed, I'll leave it to one of you two to decide. In the meantime, I call the floor, and I am going to sleep like the dead. Ah, don't mind me. I'm used to it. Good night.
It was the Squire Aiden who'd woken first the next morning. As he quietly rose from the floor, he found Gigi cuddling up next to Lincoln, right by her head on the pillow. Both of them looked so peaceful in their sleep, even when the warden was holding a knife underneath her pillow. The Squire smiled, knowing it was the same knife he had given the warden as a means of protection not long after the incident under the mountain. He quietly woke both of them before he made his way outside to meet Edwin Conger, followed by the Jack Lemire trailing behind him from a distance. When the lad made it to the stables, he saw Edwin entering into the housing of the birds with a large sack of feed in his arms. He then took this opportunity, now in the guise of a farmer's son, to muck out the stalls. The familiar musky smell of horses, even the wetness in the waist reminded him of his childhood home. After half an hour, the squire was focused on mucking everything when a voice from behind caused him to jump, scattering the road apples into the air and into the clean courtyard.
Oh, Maker! Sorry, didn't mean to sneak up on you there. You're never gonna get good pay with all the road apple flakes still lying around. Whoa, hey, nothing against you, friend. But I'd meet many of the men and women of the horse passions who are fickle when it comes to the cleanliness of their animal stalls. Didn't you say that you worked on other estates in the past, if I remembered right? Rusty, huh? Well, may I? See, when after you get the remaining apples, you take the rake here and make sure you pull them away from the edges and into the middle. Like this. And this. Make sure none of those piles are wet. Now here. There you go, that's much better. Personally, I like the one over there. I'll tell you what, I'll help you finish with the stalls, then we will divide and conquer on grooming all the pretty little horses. Now, tell me about the last estate you worked at. What was the masters like? Now, which of these horses are your favorite? I like that one over there.
While the young men worked, the rest of the women managed to find Gigi right after having a rapid breakfast of apple fritters that Lottie Rogers made, which I may for the record say are one of the personal Yes, okay, I'll finish telling the story. The women explored the estate for a long while, finding nothing. The only room that they managed to find unlocked was that of a bedroom that they assumed was Anya the Pursuer's. The room had a rich smell that was accompanied by all the dried herbs and flowers that were hanging from the ceiling. The only other door that was open was that to a balcony that oversaw the ocean view, and the natural daylight gave show of natural claws that dug into the stone that seemed rather unnatural.
Now, this is a room that was decorated with the help of an herbalist or an incubus. Might possibly be a bit of both. But what's with these kind of herbs for? What am I saying? This is not what we came here for. Did you find anything, lass? Oh, whoa, yikes. Well, that's not a good place for the members of the Congregational Congress members and the Royals on this target practice. Wait, is that a map? Why would she have all these areas pinned? And what's with these particular dates next to them? I doubt that. Maybe these are locations in the forests and mountains away from the town. Maybe to find something that'll help be a resource. Unless they could be connected to private estates or... No matter. Okay, it's not much, but it'll have to do. They are not needed. Shh, shh, shh. Yeah, I sure do. Come on, let's go.
Excuse me. I'm looking for 2 Thalmian stewards. You know where they are and what they're turned into? No? Okay. Know of a bird and or a horse named Kyle and Luca. The grey and black blue rowans, right next to the pale blue roan mare's stall. I don't see a mare of that colour. One of the siblings must have taken her on. Wow. That's beautiful. Wait. Oh! Mistress! Did you both hear it? Not yet, mistress. But I found out what colour they are. But there are too many Kyles.
Gigi, you stay and keep looking for them. Here. If you get caught or things go south, shatter this.
Yes, Steward Rams. Please be careful, mistress. Well, I could group the Kyles.
Wow, look at all of this food. Oh. Oh, sorry. It's been so long since I had a decent meal. Void, I don't recall seeing this mass amount of food anywhere in Elok. Oh, and it's still hot. How did it appear like this so quickly? Well, it's clear that magic is involved. You seem unmoved by... Did you hear that? Sounds like... Maker above. That is the most beautiful voice my mind had just engraved into memory. It sounds like it's coming from the garden. Hey, wait! Wait! Where are you going? Wait, slow down! Hey, friend! Why are you running as if the Void's hounds are tracking you? What's with all of this shrub? I don't recall seeing this many hedges. I can't even see the fountain.
That was centered in the garden. Oh, lass, wherever you are, please be careful. If I had my brush, I don't even know what I would paint if I were be here in dead end. Why did I leave the Jackalamere behind? He could have just... Ladybug! Thank you. And thank the Maker you're here. If you missed that one bend from behind, I would have been a goner. Good idea.
One may never know what a trap is. Maker above! Hold on, miss. I got you. Come on. Are you all right? What are you... Are you a servant? Wait, you're not? Then, hold the mollies, you're a steward. And judging by your attire and accent, you're a Thalamian steward. I learned about various cultures while I was in school. I know that the crest of the Thalamus stewards fests on your tunic, and your accent. Thanks. But come now, miss. Let's get out of this maze and find the owner of that beautiful voice. But we need to trench carefully. What's your name, love? Edwin Conger. A pleasure. So, what happened?
To you, it was horrible. I can assure you, my mistress and friends will help you.
Get out of this maze without losing our minds. What, you had corn mazes in your village or something? That's why you seem so comfortable around being in this confounded of a maze. Bet this reminds you of your hometown. Fair enough. I kind of understand your feelings about family and all of that, leaving everything you know behind. I haven't spoken to my brother in a long time. It's complicated. Let's just say I've done things that caused him to overlord me without any explanations. He has his own ivory tower, and I have an open, worldwide studio of possibilities, and yet he insists on being a parent, even though he's younger than me by 18 months. Not right now. Unless I'm in deep mire, he'd...
Turned me away on the spot after I told them that I can read and write. And I was so desperate to find work, so I waited for half a day, changed my clothes, and ran to the other side of the large hill that the road bends over and was ahead of the siblings. When the brother asked me if I could read or write, I gave him the answer that they wanted to hear. So yes, I lied, just as your squire did. Anyone can see from his stance that he was military, and a Teklar no less. I didn't ask or say anything, for I assumed that he was a deserter. That wasn't the case when...
With all of us here, trapped like rats, we need to figure this out. Shh. Listen. It sounds like... And it sounds like Lincoln and... Hey, lad! Where are you going? Wait, stop! Wait! We don't know where any of those bends may hide. Come on! Let's stop! Look! Stop! There! You see that? There, plain as day. Okay. In order to avoid the trigger, just go along the wall and step over that wire that you see at the base there. Be as light as snow. There. Okay. Easy. There. Okay. Now you could go crazy. All right, lad, you bet. Oh! Well, oh dear.
Well, hello, friend. Nice to see you. And, oh, another maze runner.
Not a runner exactly, but ta-da! Fortunately, except for the voice, that's yet to be seen for quite some time, we are all in one piece without getting caught in any traps, it seems.
According to my observations, the voice seems to be at the center point of the maze. If we all stay together, we get to that point and find another way out. After we locate the owner of that beautiful set of pipes.
It's me on the February!
What? The Princess Enez? Here? How can you be sure? I see. The stewards never go out for a rescue mission without confirmation and proof.
At this point, for the sake of overuse of exposition, how do you know all this to no surprise?
Just as there's no point in asking if my fellow lad is a Teklar squire. Don't worry, I won't rat on you all. What are your names?
I'm Vinchi Rams. This is the Warden Steward Lincoln, and you already meet Aladdin, but now know his full name.
Edwin Conger. A pleasure.
I just have but one question. If you were to reach all of our goals, what do you really think you could gain now that you know about the princess?
Let's see. If the sole heir to the throne is rescued and returned to her father, a rich reward is still out there for anyone who does such a rescue. That kind of money will help support a man's aging father, who had made mass amounts of sacrifices so his son can go to school. So he, the son, can give that old man a more comfortable and rich life in the end. I have my reasons to justify my lie. No different than when the lad had to get in, as well as you two.
You do have a point, lass. Look, Edwin, if you're worried about the reward money being thwarted because of our involvement, don't threaten. The Thalimian stewards only want your country's princess to be safely rescued. We are only looking for evidence against Andras the Condemned and Anya the Pursuer in matters of suspicion in transfigurative experimentations. Wow, that's a mouthful. Once we get that, Princess Enez and the two missing Thalamian spies, then we are open to negotiate whatever matters that you feel comfortable for the sake of your old pops.
Seems there's more of a story to tell.
And just like that, Victoria, you slipped everything. Nice. Fine, we'll cross the bridge when we get there. First, let's find the center of the maze. And no traps, please.
Alright, but let's find that gorgeous voice first.
Has he always been this spellbounded? Okay, good. Just have my not us.
As they clustered closer together, the group had wandered their way towards the center of the maze, which took about almost an hour to reach. The center of the garden was displayed with a tall, beautiful tree with a fountain of pure white marble with a dragon statue spewing water from its muzzle. There, leaning against that tree, stood a young woman with such beauty that matched her voice that echoed through the maze, causing the company to stop in their tracks, waiting for the song to finish before approaching. After a moment, with eyes gazed upon what he quoted was a goddess in immortal form of beauty, approached the princess, causing her to stop and fawn for a bit before she stood and greeted the company.
Princess Enez, we've come to rescue you. Those behind me are the stewards in Teklar, as you may or may not.
What my associate is trying to say to you, Your Highness, we're at your service. I'm Victoria Rams of Thalamus. These are my associates behind me. And of course, this babbling gentleman here is...
Edwin, I know who you and the Tekla are. You see, lad, I am the pale blue roan mare, with the flaxen mane and tail. I resided in the stall where Edwin taught you how to clean a stall properly. I also heard you talk and recite a poem that seemed to be made for someone.
For someone, eh? My suspicions may be correct.
Well, thanks to this fountain, I can become human, but for only certain moments of the day. I suppose I should thank the magician's sister for granting me this brief time.
Forgive me, Your Highness, but do you have any idea why the condemned the pursuer captured you? Or what their plan is?
I'm afraid not. Nor do I know why they took me against my will.
If I may be so bold to ask, Princess, how did either one or both of them curse you?
It happened on my way home, after having a meeting at the Congressional Congress estate with Lord Issachar.
Wait, you went alone? Why did you go and not your representative?
My father had been ill on and off for quite some time, and with my nation's stewards trying to settle the matters between them and the Emir, it's my sole responsibility to take on these tasks, just as my mother had done. While there, Lord Issachar and I discussed the matters of what my emissary and the Emir's people's ambassadors discussed with our kings, including yours, and what to do with the Stone Forest territory. And after hearing about the Lustra conquest that may be entering our lands at the time, I decided to take the long way around.
Oh, Maker, that's never gonna let down.
As I rode in my carriage, a dove came out of nowhere and flew right inside, begging me in the king's language to hide him. Before I could ask what or who was after him, a woman stepped in front, causing it to stop. What happened next, well, all I could say is it's not all that it seemed. That woman then turned into a Draconequess and attacked us on the spot. None of my guards survived, and the dove fled before I could see.
But he was here. He got into the Welsh's carriage. You know his 7 years are coming to a... The princess is alive. If you neglect to see... We'll see what the Dragon Necklace, what the steward released, did this anyway. So, no harm, no foul. We need it to look like a freak accident anyway. Knowing them, they're always looking for a new witch to hunt. What are you doing? Keep telling yourself that.
Lass? Lincoln? Are you okay, Lassie? I don't know, but... Oh, wait. Here she is, Ladybug. Okay, here we go, Les. There you go. Where have you been? Well, you were staring into the abyss and then you just tripped and landed on your knees. Wait, you saw all of that? You saw Anya, the pursuer, turn into Draconequus, and then the siblings were just scrambling around and a figure? Wait, you're saying they're intending to harm and capture and possibly assassinate all the members of the royal families of Nyarb? Note to self, keep the orb for these kind of matters.
Is your apprentice a dream sensor?
She's not my apprentice, she's not professional, but yes, she has the gift.
I'm with the lad on this one. What?
So much for being educated. Dream sensors can see things like one's watching a theater play on stage, basically in the mind. In theory, these abilities are supposed to confirm the speaker's testimony and they, of course, unearth untold facts. In other cultures, they are called Morrigans, the truth tellers.
The Maker must have gifted her these abilities for reasons like now.
Hold your gates there, farm boy. That's not entirely true. These abilities may not always be permanent. I mean, some dream sensors have more visions and dreams with direct and indirect answers over the years, and then one day, poof, it's gone. That's when they retire and move on from that position. The lad has a good question. Where are the rest of them who practically were looking for you?
Those who came before you were men just coming out of the seminary to seek work. Every time one hears my singing, they get lured into the maze, only to get caught by the traps. When one was triggered, either the siblings would return and turn them into either horses or birds. The last set who came before you were Kyle, Luca, and Lamar. I knew they came from either the Tekla or the stewards, as men don't usually travel in herds. I don't know what happened to the latter, but the rest of them were turned into horses. They said days later, while in the stables, that they were stewards of Thalamus. I asked them how they managed to find me, to which they explained an old crone tipped one of their sources. Both of them are Rowans, but different. Luca is blue and Kyle is a lighter gray dabble.
Well, at least Gigi got half of the information, right? He should be able to...
Getting you two, the princess, my mistress and her friends, out of here without triggering anything.
When Andros and Anya return, chances are they'll offer gold, or a horse each. Whoever survives the maze, if only one, has to take Princess Enez.
Guess the fountain time's up. Enz should be back soon.
In the meantime, whoever has survived, you'll need to take them to the hidden library at the northern wing.
Mistress, you're whole and alive.
Whoa, what is that thing?
Mistress Rams, I found the stewards, and I know where the library is at.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go!
I will find a way to free you, princess. I swear on my life I will, or void take me.